All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are we doing? Getting ready to jump into this first lesson of this semester. We had a little review yesterday, got to see each other yesterday. Now we're going to start talking about the new stuff. This shouldn't be too new. You've seen this before. As a matter of fact, looking behind me, you may get excited about this. Maybe you remember how it goes. We're going to start a little bit slow. Graph inequalities. So no math to do, just going to graph the inequality. X is greater than 3. So a couple of things that you need to know, a couple of things you need to write in your notes. These symbols, okay? So we say it's is greater than, okay? That's the phrase, that's the description, that's one that goes like this. And sometimes you get mixed up with which one's which is why I want you to write it in your notes. Maybe it'll stick a little bit better. The best way I remember when I was learning this, and the best way I teach it, the one that looks kind of like an L, kind of L-shaped, that one is the less than sign, okay? It's pointing, it's less than, kind of looks like an L. That's the less than sign. The other one's a greater than sign. So write that in your notes because I'm about to erase it. So now what you need to know, well, more importantly than just how to say them, is how to graph them. So if it has this one or this one with no line underneath it, then we use an open circle. An open circle. If it is one of these symbols with the line underneath it, the less than or equal or greater than or equal, then we have a closed circle when we make the graph. The closed circle is because of the equal to sign. So here we have X is greater than 3. So you have a little number line. What I need from you when you're graphing these, you put 0 on your number line, you put the number on your number line. So now, is this going to be an open circle or a closed circle? Well, it says right here, it is an open circle. So I'm going to put an open circle on the number 3. Next thing you need to determine is where are you shading? Well, X are greater than 3. Where are the numbers greater than 3? Over on that side. Now, again, sometimes it gets a little bit tricky. Notice the way that this arrow is pointing. If this was an arrow, the way it's pointing is the way you shade. Shade that direction. This doesn't always work, and we'll talk about it in a second. But the way this points, if it was an arrow, it's telling you where to shade the line. So we get to number 2. -4 is over here. First off, is this an open circle or a closed circle? Well, it's got the line underneath it, so that tells me closed circle on -4. So now again, less than sign. If this was an arrow, it's telling you where to shade the line. I shade the less than side, less than direction, okay? What's different about number 3 and number 4 versus number 1 and number 2? Hopefully you noticed the variables on the right-hand side. We talked about that first semester, how I don't like the variable on the right-hand side. This is why I don't like the variable on the right-hand side. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, before we do anything, before we think about anything, we're going to take this entire problem, we're going to turn it around. X is greater than 5. That's what we're going to do first, all right? X is greater than 5. So now, here's 5. Is this an open circle or a closed circle? Open circle. So I put an open circle on my +5. I got it. Which way am I going to shade? So again, if I think about this as an arrow, it's pointing that direction. I shade that direction. So that's what I'm looking at here. All right. Number 4. Again, I got a variable on the right-hand side. I don't like that variable there. Turn the whole thing around. Before we start thinking, draw your graph, put your points, think about your point, think about your circle. Is it open or closed? Got the line underneath. I got a closed circle. I put a closed circle on -15. Which way am I going to shade? Don't look at the original problem. I turned it around for a reason. I'm pointing this way. I shade this way. All right, that's what I need out of you today. I really just want to focus on, do you know what kind of circle to put? Is it open or closed? And do you know which way you're going to shade? So that's what your homework is today. Again, it's on Google. You know what to do. Ask questions if you got them. Good luck.